The Live Drive Jive Archive with your host, Frank Monday, broadcasting out of the central kingdom of the celestial dragon, Twilight Zone Old Peking. Welcome to a Monday morning edition of the Morning Grind, where we're getting at it first thing here in the morning. It's already almost 7 o'clock, guys. I got a late start. I'm stuck in the worst of the traffic, but I'm moving forward, and that's what's important. I'm still alive. I still have my health. I still have my sanity. I'm a little bit disappointed and brokenhearted over some news I got recently, but I'm not going to bemoan it, right? I'm just going to move forward into the abodes of the future with stronger, more powerful magic. And the people who have betrayed me and the people who have betrayed me and or injured me, I will send furious wrath against them, and I will use whatever legal means I can to press charges. And the bad players know who they are, and they know that there is justice coming down the line, whether in this life or the next. And I call upon God and his angels to bring furious wrath against my enemies. And I do have enemies, dear friends. We all do in this long, what seems to be a pitted battle against the forces of evil here in the material realm. The dark celestials have once again mobilized their minions to pick away at the foundation of my dream and my dreams and your dreams too, beloved friends. We all share this journey into the future together. And for those of us who work or try to work our asses off for righteousness and goodness and are kind and generous with our friends and family and get up every day and get hard at it on the grind. We're the ones who get attacked. This whole this whole horse shit horror show madness that the global technocrats have brought down upon our backs is an attempt to break the backs of the people who work the hardest. We saw this with the situation with the Canadian truckers, right? We see it happening day in and day out with the meat packing plants in the U.S. being sold out to Chinese firms. Really, that's the way you want to manage the country and the economy? All the ports globally being sold out to Chinese. I guess they feel like the Chinese have a real grip on their system over here, a total dictatorship with slave labor mobilized to do whatever they want, what they behest at the wishes of the controllers. We got these guys out here. The dude's pushing 60 and 70, doing the yard work in the orange prison jumpsuits. It's like that's what they really want to do with their days. But once they get into the mentality of working hard, they just do it without question. They say put on a mask and take the job, and they just do whatever they're told over here, man. So the technocrats, the globalists, they know that the Chinese know how to enslave a people, and they know that the Chinese know how to mobilize slave labor, and so that's why they're holding them like Trudeau said. I really admire the Chinese system. I really admire how they can mobilize a system, and they get people working. They put them in camps, and then get them out each morning to work all day. And if you don't work, you don't get fed. Is the way it works. So yeah, wow, it's gonna take me time to process the amount of emotions that I'm going through. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to burden y'all with that happy horse shit. Let's just get right back into our magical pursuits. Anybody out there in Happy Land? Give me a yo if you are out in Happy Land. You know how I love to see them yos. Hit the thumbs up. It looks like there might be a couple of people watching. So please do encourage the algorithms to support my channel. Get over to buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday and help me with the GoFundMe on purchasing a ticket home. Hey, Mary at Sea Level, good to see you. Yo, yo, yo. Um, yeah, so Miss Mary Moon, maybe I should contact you via email and find out why so much has gone wrong in my chart over the last couple of years. Right? It it just seems like the cosmos is adding insult to injury. No matter how hard I try, there's always someone behind the scenes um, causing trouble, either back home or other places. But it's happening to everyone. I'm not alone in this battle. I know that other people are suffering too. Hey, David Guagamela, did you ever send off your story, man? I'm really looking forward to reading that and commiserating with you via email. I have not checked the emails the last couple of days. Um, Saturday was kind of a big deal because my daughter took the test to go to school at my academy. And so I don't have to pay tuition for my daughter, but I will have to pay tuition for my son. So I'm trying to organize that. It's an international academy, bilingual, and the kids that go there are all from wealthy families. But and my daughter, she's not the brightest light on the Christmas tree, but she's a good gal, and she's got I love my daughter, but she doesn't score high academically, so that's a hard time for her. Okay, yeah, no worries, man. No hurry. It took you, it took you however long it took you to write it, and it'll take you however long it takes you to type it into the computer and do all that funny stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, no hurry, man. If it's this week or next week or whenever, I'm always long-term planning for the future. So I had a great kung fu master that told me, he said, with things like your magic and your philosophy and living life, he said, don't push it, you know, don't be in such a big fucking hurry to get shit done. Take it slow. He told me this once. He said, imagine, yeah, no problem, man. I'm looking forward to it. Um, he said, and I'm just the man to give you feedback on it, I think, because I have a good eye for I have a good eye for literature. And I'm not the best writer either. That's why I want to find someone to commiserate with. We need to start our own Lovecraftian circle of writers so that we can critique on and address. And the thing is, too, I want to see Lovecraft. Do you know much about Lovecraft and his circle of writers, Guatemala? I can't check the chat, guys. I'm on Plum Blossom Lane, where the old wizard, quite insane, mumbles inane, hobbling on his cane, in real and palpable pain, up and down the lane. You know he eats cicadas for his lunch. Munch, munch, munch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Um, the old owl man. So yeah, what was I trying to say? Oh, I want to start so Mercurial meetups on Wednesdays. My Wednesday transmission. It'll be Tuesday night for you guys. But my Wednesday transmission, I want to focus on hermetic science and collective awakening among anybody that participates in my channel. So I'll recommend short audiobooks from Master Key Society, and we can listen to them collectively and then talk about them. So that'll be Wednesdays, Mercurial meetups, which I did all of these things here in Beijing um, in real life. I had a tarot group and a hermetic science group, and I had even a kung fu class that I taught and a swing dance class. So now that I can't do those things in society because of the constraints of lockdown, global lockdown, I'd like to try to start doing them online somehow. Anyway, back to the point. And then Saturday evenings for you guys, Sunday mornings for me, is the Literary Revelries group. And so if you guys are participating in that, I'll assign homework each week. And I didn't even do my homework last week, man. I downloaded it and I tried to look at it. And then I wanted to bring it to school with me today, but I didn't even do that. I failed because I had a bit of a disaster I wanted to think about. I didn't want to think about it, but I was made to think about it. Anyway, back to the point. So yeah, the best laid plans of mice and men, David. Um, let me see here. I'm getting a little closer to the academy, so I can pull off and look at the chat real quick. So I'll do that. I'm next to Hunter Biden's mansion, so I had better be careful. This is where he kidnaps girls and smokes his crack rock. Okay, wow, you had to go to the UPS store to make it into a PDF. Man, that's a lot of fucking work. I was tired after work, get the highway, carried it back and forth the whole week. Okay, man. Yeah, you're working hard for it. It requires that kind of effort to get shit done, man. When I've noticed that when it's a spiritual endeavor and it's like something that's really going to be valuable, the universe will challenge you at every fucking point, at every waypoint. They will challenge your resolve. So, yeah, do your best to get it done, man. And as soon as you do, I will launch into it and I'm going to write a story in response to it. So Miss Mary Moon says, yeah, transits are hard for you right now. Few bumps in 2020, Saturn by your Mars, and now Jupiter Aries squaring your Mars. Those are both the leader luminaries making strife with your main drive in life. Okay, thank you, Miss Mary Moon. So, Miss Mary Moon, do you have any advice on how I should deal with it? And is there any fucking light at the end of the tunnel? um, I've always thought that just work hard and get it done, and it does get hard. It's strength through suffering, right? Uh, Goodness alone is power, and love lieth at the foundation. So keep love in your heart, guys. Remember that love is the law, love under will, and love does lie at the foundation at Yasod, and we do the suffering does somehow make us stronger. Sometimes it breaks us, but you know. All right, we look clear. I'm going to pull off to the side of the road here by the academy and check the chat. Yeah, I got a few minutes left, guys. Man, I am really running late today. Okay, so Miss Mary Moon says I could give you exact dates or something. No, you don't have to do that, Miss Mary Moon. Um, Suffering definitely transforms us. It seems like we could go in either direction when we encounter a big traumatic shakeup. But yeah, we have to try to just realign with truth, right? Just realize it all works in cycles. There's always a cycle working somehow, and it can't stay the same forever. Yeah, I agree with that. Um, really took a blow to the foundation of my dreams, though. Um, Christ suffered. Yes, he did, man. That's right. He endured the greatest suffering. I mean, whew. Anyway, I'm not going to bemoan it. Like I said, guys, I'm not ready to share publicly the tragedy I've endured recently. But please do keep me in your prayers, and I keep all of your family in my prayers. And yeah, we just got to look forward to a brighter future and work harder than ever to try to make it happen. Just roll up your sleeves and get back to work. Pick up the pieces. Sometimes it drives us into bad places when we experience big shakeups like that. But ultimately, we do have to leave it all behind at some point. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, man. I'm looking forward to your story, man. Get that thing in the mail. Get that thing in the email. I want to read that. When I have things to focus on of a positive, progressive nature, that's how you just refine it. You know what I mean? Get yourself busy doing good work and fuck, whatever's happened has happened, and you can't you can't necessarily do a lot about that, but you can move forward and work harder. You can make it can help make your resolve even firmer to to do better securing things in the future, and not what's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, mind your own business. That's right. The thing is, it's a part of my business is what happened to me. So it's a little bit disconcerting. But It just means that you need to work even harder. And there will always be treachery, you know, there will always be the minions of the Lord of the underworld working to undermine you. And I've always felt like if you just do, if you mind your own business and do what's right all the time, then the gods will help to protect you to some extent. But at the same time, even they don't have all the time in the world to protect you. And if the Christ consciousness means anything, and I think it does, is that he says at some point you have to give it all up when you return home to the heavenly kingdom. But at the same time, while you're here, I think that it's important that you work to protect the things that you work for. I mean, you know, people shouldn't just make themselves easy victims for the bad guys in the world. Let me check the chat and see. Yes, I was being a smartass again. I'm bad with that. No, it's all right. Yeah, we're moving to a cabin now for sure in 2 weeks. MIL, been here for 20 days. Yes, I'm counting. All right, good job, David. I appreciate that, Mrs. Monsieur Guagamela. I'll be looking forward to that, man. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. That's right. And thanks for your prayers, David. And Miss Mary Moon, if you do that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm going through just when you think the dark night of the soul is over, you know, you get struck with some really hardship, some really bad things. It's like it ain't over till it's over, man. It may in fact get worse before it gets better, and it may just keep getting worse. You know, I was really planning on coming home to the States for a visit this year, and I got online, man, and I started looking at flight tickets on like Air China and American Airlines and stuff. And I hear about all the cancellations. And I had a buddy who just got out. He works at the academy here. He's a black fella. And I think it's important to mention that because they do have a bit of a different culture than Caucasian folks or white folks. Um, but he got out. He's like, I'm getting out no matter what. They can't fucking keep me here. And so he got his ticket and his flight home. Um, And I was like, I want to get my ticket, my flight home, go see my family back in the States, you know, Tennessee Valley. I wasn't actually planning to go to California this time because California is so expensive. And it seems like every time I roll through California, I drop $10,000, you know, just on food and cars and, you know, renting a car, all that stuff. And so I was just planning on headed to see my mom. And I got bad news from back there. Which I'll process. I didn't bring my laptop today though, man. I walked out of the house and I forgot half my shit because I was running late. I was, you know, commiserating and plotting and planning, and now I've, you know, got other things to deal with. But it's right at the top of the week, so that's good. That's good. I'm glad that it struck me on a Monday. You know, Frank Monday on a Monday. That's that's the way it goes. But yeah, you guys, if you're able to find my email, I've got it here on the YouTube, and then I've got Lunar Light. I've opened a new email and with an old name, and I've got Yahoo and Gmail. Um, I will check those accounts when I won't be able to until I get home tonight. But tomorrow I've got only a half day, hopefully, at work, so I'll be able to deal with more things tomorrow. Um, But yeah, it's looking like I'll probably need to get the FBI involved as well. I've got a friend in the intelligence agency that works at the embassy, and I've never asked him for a favor. But I think for this one, I'm going to ask my folks in the FBI for a favor, and I think I've earned it. I did 6 years of Boy Scouts with the U.S. Embassy, and so that's all volunteer work. I would like to continue doing Boy Scouts, but they kind of abandoned it here in Beijing when the crisis hit, when the 2020 thing unfolded. They did it online, but they didn't have their heart in it. And so it's good to be a part of volunteer programs like that because that gives you contacts on the inside that, like intelligent. Thank you, David. I will look forward to that, man. I can't, like I said, I can't check it right now, but I'll check it as soon as I get home. Um, when you have friends, you should stay friends with some of those people, like in law enforcement and the intelligence agency and the embassies and stuff like that, because they can help each other out, and they do, and they tend to help those who help themselves, and they do tend to help each other sometimes when you need it. So you can make a request, like if a bad guy's done something, you can at least, hey, you know the channels to go through to report those things and get the ball moving, because the long arm of the law ultimately does catch up with the bad guys. And I'm considering a career in law enforcement in the future for myself, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do it, you know, at a local level, maybe run for sheriff eventually, so on and so forth. So I'd like to keep those contacts. And guys, I'm here. I'm late, so I gotta run. Thanks for tuning in. It's good to see all of you. It's good to see you, Monsieur Tiedrick, uh, Sir Guagamela. Thanks, David. Stuck in the Philippines for a year. She was visiting. She got extended visit with her family. Yeah, that happens, man. I've been stuck here. I did come home in 2019, and I was home for a while. So it hasn't been that long since I've been home. Yeah, you guys have a great day, man, and I will see you in the abodes of the future. But I was really hoping to get home this year, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Maybe this winter, though, because I'll have another 6 weeks off during the winter. So I'll be planning for as soon as prices goes down, I'll be coming to visit. um, Y'all good looking sexy folks, stay well out in happy land. As above, so below, as we wander into the abodes of the future, do good magic and angelic magic, pray to God and his angels and ask for the strength to endure all of this. And I will be checking emails here in the near future. Thanks for everything, guys. And until then, bye for now.